Hello there, fellow classmates. As you can see, I'm in a sling. I recently broke my arm being stupid, probably about halfway through the semester, and it's slowed down my progress a lot, but I've got it done. And since you were at the end of this semester watching this video, I want to congratulate you and say awesome job on making it through. You're that much closer to accomplishing your goals and achieving your dreams. So, right on. The program that we've been completing throughout the course of the semester has followed what's called the MVC architecture. We've learned about the interface layer, the business tier layer, and the data layer. That's not what I want to talk to you today about. I want to talk to you about what's known as an interface program or a programming interface. Now, this is different than the interface layer of the MVC architecture. So, what the heck is a programming interface? What is it used for, and why would you use one? The way that I think of it is that a programming interface is like a rule book. Think of it this way. I'm a soccer player, not for real, we're just pretending. If I'm a soccer player, there are certain rules that I have to follow, certain actions that I have to complete, that I have to abide by if I want to play the game soccer. You can think of the game soccer as another program, and I am another program. So the game soccer is a program and I'm a program. And me as a program have certain functions or methods that I have to follow if I want to play the game soccer or implement this program. It's a little bit confusing, but just hang with me. So a programming interface is like the rule book to the game soccer that I would play, such as rules that would tell me I have to kick the ball, I have to use my head, I can't use my hands. So it tells me what I have to do to play the game soccer, not necessarily how to kick or how to hit the ball, headbutt, but it tells me that I have to do these things. And so this is what a programming interface does. A programming interface is made up of functions that don't do anything. In other words, you have function name, parentheses, and then a semicolon. There's no open curly brace and closing curly brace with implementation code inside. The functions or methods contained in a programming interface cannot be implemented. In other words, I can't say, I'm going to do this rule, because that rule gives me nothing to do. Remember, if I'm a program, I can only say, I have to do this function, but I get to decide how to implement the function of the rule, as long as I include it as I'm playing the game soccer. So, a programming interface is used in applications to make sure that certain methods and or actions are used in a program that uses the interface. So why would this come in handy in a programming sense? So take this for example. I am creating a banking application, and I'm creating this I guess you could say it's for other developers to pull from. I'm creating you could say a library for other developers to pull from and include in their banks. With this library that I'm going to be making, I want to make sure that anyone who uses my library of code to use, say, the withdrawal function, the deposit function, the transfer money function, I want everyone who uses my program to have these functions in their application. If not, that could cause my libraries that I've created to fail tremendously. So what do? I create a programming interface that has the function, the abstract function called withdraw, semicolon, deposit, semicolon, transfer money, semicolon. Now, what will happen is when anyone uses my library, because I have this interface, this programming interface included in my library, now when anyone uses my library, the programming interface will make them use those functions. Just like a rule book of the game soccer has to make the players, or the players should, use those rules. So why would you use a programming interface? Well, as just stated, this offers a few things. It offers one, reusability for code. Two, it offers higher levels of abstraction to the person using my libraries. So in other words, say the person wants to use my libraries and I have an interface that says, okay, person who wants to use my library, you have to use this function. Well, say I also had a library that used this interface and it provided implementation on the function. So what would happen is, say program 1 in my library calls the interface function and says will withdraw funds like this, and all you have to do is pass in a parameter and it will be used in the function. So when person 1 over here wants to use this function in the library that is pulled from the interface, right, then all they have to do in their program is say, for example, if this function was withdraw, just withdraw $1,000, right? So this implementation of the abstract method allows for abstraction because person 1 who's using this function doesn't know the details of the implementation code that is providing rather the functionality of the function that's being pulled from the interface. So it provides for better security in that sense as well. As for a lot of things, they each have their pros and cons, don't get me wrong. Interfaces, or programming interfaces, also have their pros and their cons. So I hope this clears up the understanding of what a programming interface is, at least your theory of what a programming interface is, why you would use one, and what they are. So I hope this has helped. Again, congratulations on making it to the end of the semester. Good luck on your programming journey, and I hope to see you around. By the way, this isn't my normal accent. Just having a little bit of fun. Anyway, catch you guys in another video. Have a good one.